Hi, I'm Sam. I'm the guy with the beard at Cherished Possessions. And behind me is a beautiful Japanese wall divider, a room divider, that has 8 different panels. It has the classic Oriental scene. You can see back there a peacock with apple blooms and then a lake or a pond, rather. It's just a beautiful scenery. Like all of the original types of these things that are in use, in Japan, they're used for essentially movable walls. So the good ones are very thick and very heavy to protect sound and privacy. And so this one here, I think, is probably made of mahogany. It's 1 inch thick. Each panel is a good 25 to 30 pounds. So the total unit is probably 160 to maybe 200 pounds. It has a view on the other side, which you can find on the auction site. And originally, this was purchased in Boston at a price of about $1,200. It was used at the time. New something like this would go for at least $2,500, $3,000. But in classic cherished possessions form, we're going to put it up for sale as a virtually perfect asset for a fraction of that amount. It would take some effort to move it, so you have to have a place, but it's ideal for any place where you want to section off a room or where an office space even. It'd be great for B&Bs or that sort of thing as a point of presence. The Take a look at the site and you'll see on the auction what the other side looks like. This is a great buy. Cherished Possessions sells a lot of tables of all kinds. We sell game tables, dinner tables, accent tables, coffee tables, you name it, we sell it. And of those categories of tables, one of the granddaddy of tables is the farm table. I'm sitting at a granddaddy of all farm tables. This is a beautiful 8-foot long farm table, and probably looks to me like it's made of red oak. Characteristically, all farm tables are made of planks, and they're very, very thick wood, incredibly sturdy, very heavy. Usually they have a trestle framework. Rarely do they have a matching set of chairs like this one has, and you can see the chairs are very, very thick themselves. Everything about this set is made of 1¼ inch hardwood. The term farm table goes back hundreds of years to when the world and the U.S. was made of farmers. And farmers, of course, needed a lot of workspace and they had a lot of kids. And so a farm table, by definition, is a long, large table, easily made of some planks and durable so that it can sustain a lot of wear. This table probably weighs 200 or 300 pounds. And most farm tables are not only hard to find, but they're very expensive. Any farm table of any substance will cost $1,500 to $2,000. This particular one will go for less than that because it's coming from Cherished Possessions, and even though it is a spectacularly well-made asset, we buy things cheap and we find things that nobody else can. For those of you who don't know what a wood quilt is, it is a piece of wood that is spectacularly made with inlaid wood to a pattern which is usually geometric and mirrors a lot of patterns that are on cloth quilts. These are a product of the Amish people generally, come from the area in Pennsylvania, Maryland, that area where they largely reside. And this one is a spectacular copy. It is almost hard to imagine the patience and skill it takes to lay in every one of those little pieces of wood and color it properly, but that's what they do. These things will sell new anywhere between $300 and $500. This one is just like new, and in classic Cherished Possessions fashion, it'll sell for a fraction of that. These are largely used for centerpieces and for wall art. They're very sturdy. This one is about 2 foot. It's octagonal and very vivid in its colors. Great piece to put at a camp or on a den or in a modern contemporary home or any place where you just like good art. And I like good art. I'm standing in front of a painting by Mr. Francis Polito. He was a native of Connecticut and a regional artist who was quite noteworthy. He had a lot of accolades from various artists, but he was not really that prolific, as best we can tell. What's interesting about most of his painting, most of Polito's paintings, were actually farmland and countryside, New England countryside. He did make it into Maine on occasion and the Northeast. But what's most interesting is he never really painted maritime scenes. This is one of the few, if not the only, maritime scene that Polito produced. It's really quite interesting. It's, of course, a fishing vessel. And you can see it's named Mystic, which, of course, is the Mystic River in Connecticut. And you can see C-O-N, Connecticut here, although it looks suspiciously like a lobster boat to me. So these paintings, this is acrylic. He did primarily acrylic and oil, as far as I know. And I think they're going to go up in value as a regional noteworthy artist. Generally, they're going to run $400 to $500. Of course, Cherished Possessions will end up selling it for a lot less because that's what we do. If you like good art, this is a piece worth considering.